Welcome, welcome. Here I am. Rider White cards. Simple yes or no question. €5, one card. Payments through PayPal me. I'll give you a link. Come closer. Don't be worried. Don't be afraid. So, wipe for today, like a hand of destiny. Or hand of fate actually sounds much better. So hand of fate for today. Let's see. Stalk me anytime. Payments through PayPal me. I'll give you a link on the comments or private chat. It's also on the screen running. Let's see. I take this. This is the wipe of the day. So the wipe of the day is Two of Swords. These cards are in Finnish, so never mind. But it seems like things are stuck. Things are not flowing. Like thoughts are jammed, and sort of head is between two swords. So it's like two options, but you're stuck. It's a stalemate. So the general hand of fate is like today things might not be rolling so well. So it's kind of calm, but it's not productive in that sense that things would be moving forward. So calmly stuck is the vibe of the day. Hand of fate. This is what is like affecting in the background in the whole world. So I wonder what it's referring to more. So yeah, email readings, €35 within 2 days. If you have some more complicated matter, very simple questions, yes or no answers, one card, €5. Clarification and follow up to that question. Clarification or follow up to that question is €5. Payments through PayPal, and here we are. I've been doing this for a while, and now this is my new channel. So I think this is gonna become like a daily exercise. Maybe we have other cars at times, many other things. So feel free to stop my ramblings here and ask your question on the chat. So where I am, it's 2:14 a.m. Just kind of early or late, depending on how do you think. In the Americas, it's and evening. So what would not be the better time to get some answers? So for me, this is when I read or I make interpretation for someone, it's only for myself. It's also for myself because I always get answers from out of it. So when I'm reading to you, I'm also getting something and learning something for myself, to myself with this. It is pretty interesting. So now we're gonna check what is between two persons. We call cryptically the persons A and person B, and here will be what is between them. And then we can see what they think of each other as well. Let's see. Okay, so here's person A, this is person B, who is going to be a little bit lower. This one needs to be more straight. This is what between them. Then we take, so A. So person A here is the chariot, which is 7. It's a major arcane, so that's something. The person A is making, like drawing lines or putting borders, making, like basically setting limits what the other person can do, and the other person is kind of fine with it. It's feeling pretty good and it's open for this. And but these two persons A and B, there is another major arcane which is the Hierophant. So that would suggest that they would need still somebody to help them with their communication and how they would deal with this matter, because it could be that the person A here with the chariot, who could be like also defending borders, setting limits, and going sort of to war or like this, and it's still the chariot. It's like a kind of war machine thing. So it could be that this person is kind of coming on kind of strong, and the other person is kind of open. So maybe the intermediator there, the Hierophant, would be someone who could help. Maybe it could be a friend. Let's see what it says about the Hierophant still. Yeah. So basically, somebody who could take a stock and see the situation, how it is, and would tell these people A and B how it exactly is, not just like some kind of fairy tale about it, but would take a stock. Okay, this is what is happening, and then say things in such way that it would need. I've been many times using from these, like it's like the mind betrays the heart. So like that it would be more like not based so much on feeling but on practicality, so that the one who gives the advice would give actual practical advice and not just very philosophical some kind of thing. So I think that would be what situation the A and B would be at the moment, and what they should be doing is to get some outside help. Who knows, maybe if it's a very serious relation, and there's just some jitter between them that doesn't quite connect. The other one is receiving, but the other one is coming in maybe too strong and all that. So with some help, I think they would be in a good situation. But I think the situation where they need assistance, a practical assistance. Make another one. It's family thing. Well, most of us have some sort of family, in good and in bad. with someone really bad, someone really good. I don't know. Family is the worst, family is the best. So, three people, what's really going on? So, we take the people, ABC, to be very original in this. So, let's see what is really being going on, is going on, and going to be happening in the near future. And we take an advice for them as well, how they should deal. Because, well, I guess in the end, many things or most of the things are about human interaction, right? Like, well, you can interact with your phone and all that, but it's not quite the same. But yeah, I think this is, of course, a lot, at least, questions about human relations. This is what we are biting into. So, three people. A comes here. Oops. Like this. B and C. So, three people in the situation. And what is their situation in the situation? Well, at the moment, A and C are kind of both looking at the middle one, who seems to be hiding something, on my view. So the real situation is like these two. The other one is taking stock and like counting what's been going on. The person C. The person A is like fostering some sort of a hope that it got literally from the star, on my view, and it's been like a consistent with the efforts. And basically also the C has been growing this. So it kind of, in the middle you have the high priestess and you have Knight of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles. A, C, and the B is the high priestess. So the high priestess is not quite giving her secrets out. It's like there's veil between, and like this kind of like she's not really being completely honest. These two are, as you can see, literally watching this one. So she's the main perpetrator in the situation. She's the one probably that has affected mostly in this situation. Usually when you have a high, like a major arcane, that is the one that has the most significance, sort of. So let's see what has been funny, and now, and then in the future. So everybody's been looking like to the sky and trying to muster some hope in this situation. I think there's so much coins that this is about money or property or like a practical, physical thing. And what's really been going on is like, maybe I think this person in the middle, the B, has been maybe promising something. Yeah, I will show you. I will tell you. But or like, and the other people have been kind of watching that she's holding on to something, and now, in this case, in the sea behind it, in the veil, what you have here, even this sort of like have some kind of pentacle kind of vibe to it. So somebody's guarding some secret relating to money. So this family situation is, on my view, about property or money. And the A and C are kind of, well, they're not quite maybe grown weary or like bored about the situation that they would give up on this. Maybe it's actually so valuable that they won't. At the moment, there is like, I think I get this impression that it's been something that has been the situation, real situation between these three, that something that it's almost ready all the time. Like with this is nine of Pentacles, this is the star, and there is Three of Wands here. So maybe this person in the middle has been presenting like, yeah, it's gonna be done. Yeah, we're gonna handle this, and this just keeps. One is hoping here and being consistent with the efforts and trying to do the right thing in that sense. This one is also estimating what is the situation. But I don't see that this situation will be like it will not be solved in any time soon still. Like it would need some sort of a magician of fire or something like this, or creator of fire, not magician, but like more like an empress of fire. So this person, instead of being hiding this, would have to be more like a mother figure. If it's a mother who is hiding, I don't know, inheritance or something because the father has passed. That's somehow related to this, maybe. But she is being the person in the middle is the main perpetrator, and it's not acting the way they should. So that is like kind of stopping the change to happen and to set this thing to rest and to solve it. And then we take advice. Two of Pentacles. So basically, I think this is also like when this is the High Priestess is also two, and it's again Pentacles. So I think this is a reminder for everyone, especially for the person who be that there is so much you can do and can balance, like the juggler here, like when this matter when it comes to whatever, paying your bills or hiding things that you should be telling, and maybe working somehow and behind somebody's back, keeping secrets. There is limit to everything, and basically one has to keep this in mind that this will not go on forever. So one way or the other, things will come out and have to be solved. So I don't think it's going to happen now. I think this person is going to keep juggling these two people here, A and C. But the advice is like, this cannot go. You have to kind of confront this matter. And it's about money, clearly. Property. Okay. Okay. Now, next one. Somebody's wondering, well, let it be the mysterious person A is wondering which one they should choose. They're thinking about two different places or kind of careers they would be starting to study, or which way they would go with their studies, which would be the better way. So let's see which option would be better for them. So here we're going to have the person A, and then first option and the second option, and see which one would be better for them. If there is such thing, then better, but what seemed to be more in tune with what they want, and to try to help make a decision based on what would serve them better. Let's see. Okay, this is person A. Here comes one path, the high path and the low path, and then here. Well, fun enough, the person is juggling between two different careers. That we have two of Pentacles. So juggling, and this could be also the situation, on my view, that maybe it's a little bit about money, what you can afford, what career you could afford. So let's see. Here in the Well, I was okay. High path. Well. It's funny because both paths are filled with major arcanes. So we have the High Priestess in the High path, Luna, Moon, Death. And down we have Magician, the World, and the Empress. So I think this is the high path will create a bigger change in the person's life, and like dramatically change, and it can like it can be kind of heavy, I think, like mentally even, and you have to study much more for it. There's like sort of hidden. You have to study more for it, and it's more like I would say like I for some reason I would think like it's a medical profession or studies towards medical career or something like this. Even like psychiatrist kind of business for me. But this will change the whole person's like life. The death is usually a big change, not necessarily literally the death, but something new comes out of it. But I think, yeah, taking the high path, it's gonna be kind of heavy, but it brings about a really big change. So if this is what the person is looking for, this is what you are looking for, person A, stop juggling, take that, the high path. On the other one, I think the low path is it's all about creativity, and that gives. I would say that this the high path was more also like defined, and it's more like set where you're gonna go. But with this, it would be some kind of degree that gives you more options. It gives you like more general tools. Of course, if you think of you study like being like a psychiatrist, I guess you can do a lot of things. But this is, if that's the case, but this is more like define what is going to be. And in here, this could be related to arts or in a sense creating things. Like it's more like a creative, like arts, like literally making things, sculpting. I don't know. So what would be better if I would be I would think that the low path would be better because that would be more less rigid in a sense. This would be kind of like I see that the upper path is much heavier, even though it brings the change, like a big change. If the A feels that it's juggling and wants like more like okay things are gonna go there, and maybe if you study like if you study for a medical profession, it's gonna take years and you have to be like this. So if I would be I would choose the low path because that would be, I feel it would be less grim. I feel that the higher path leading to this big change, that it changes the whole life in such way. Like if you're a doctor, I guess you are basically doctor all the time. Then you're in an airplane, they will ask, is there a doctor here? Then I am a doctor. Maybe they don't ask like if you become like, is there a singer here, or is there like a guitar player here, or is there like a sculpture here in the plane? We have to, I don't know, make a painting from our captain who has a birthday. I don't know what I'm saying, but I would say, on my view, if I would be I would choose the low path leading to the Empress and creation and birth of new things. Not that the death doesn't bring that, but maybe I'm a coward. I don't know, but yeah, I would think with these two, the low path is better. And then we would throw there an advice still for the person A. Well, the fool. So I guess an upside down. Well, maybe that wouldn't be so. I think could be like you should choose the ideal that you have sort of in your head. Like, well, the ideal. If your ideal is you want to go and create huge change, maybe you can create even more change in people's lives, or you want to be more in a more like a creative path, not so rigid, and your ideal that you want to be, I don't know, rock star or artist of some sorts, then not to say that the doctor couldn't be an artist, maybe some of them are. But yeah, so I would say that the advice would be to choose what is the ideal for you. Okay? Fair enough. Soon another thing. Okay, yet another one then. Person A wanted to know where to concentrate to get better in a skill. So we'll see. Let's do something very simple with this one. And for a while be really all with the simple, not too many cards. Okay, so let's see. Here we go. Here is the actual answer. Here is more information, less clarification for the answer how to get better on where to concentrate to get better on a skill. So where to concentrate. I think, well, this would be like in your mind, would have to be like more focused. So this is not that you have to make more push-ups or like to get better in a skill. So this would be anyway, well, I guess in many skills you have, it's about how you see it and what goes on your head. But I would say like this person is maybe trying to go butt first to the tree with the skill. So I'd say, let's see what if there is more. Yeah, I think this person needs to concentrate better and focus basically to get better on the skill. And it would be more like to thinking logically and not really like how it feels, but more just going basically. And that would pretty soon give also some kind of like you would see good signs, you would see progress pretty fast. So I would say that to get better on a skill, you need to focus more and forget a little bit like, but it doesn't feel right nice or doesn't feel so good. You need to focus and fast there will be results. And advice still for that is like, don't fight it. Just let it go. And don't care what others say, I would say, basically. So it's all in your head. Okay, next one will be something very original and fantastic. It's going to be, is there a possibility of what is between two persons, like A and B, and what is between them? Is there like a, is it about friendship, love, or passion, or hate, or I don't know, beans and mayonnaise or something? Let's see. What is between persons A and B? Could there be like, what would be expected to happen? What is going on with these two? Let's see. Here comes person A. Here, person B. Here. This is what's between them. No, actually, this is what's between them. Oi. So funny that this is again to carry it, but I think there's a brewing a battle between these persons, and the other one doesn't want to choose something, then the other one is juggling between two options. So for these people, there is, I would say that they would be I would be surprised if they wouldn't already be a couple, or they are some people who are planning something together, and the other one doesn't know to make up their mind, and the other one is juggling between options of some reason. And let's take a couple of cards to clarify this. Yeah, whatever it is, I don't wouldn't. That would be something that is. It's a big deal. Like here is like from the other reading. There's the moon. There's death. There's a lot of. So it's not a minor thing. It's like to choose this. What is between that could fly them sort of like to the moon to do whatever, or it can break whatever was between them, and that's why the other one cannot make up his mind really what to do, and the other one is juggling between, like, I would say, two options. So, but I don't think they are agreeing, and this is that they worried both that they don't agree, so that's why they're kind of like not coming even together. So basically, this would be, if they don't decide, then something else will decide. So again, this also couldn't go on forever. So they should be making limits between each other and making sure what is okay, what is not. Advice would be to ask advice from a mother-like creature, some motherly person who is sharp, who is not maybe not your mommy who smells like cinnamon buns and bakes and cleans the house 2 times a day and something like this, but more somehow like who is really, not to say that that person couldn't be sharp, but this is the Queen of Swords, so like the Mother of Swords, of sort of what I mean. Then you have the Lovers, two of Pentacles, the Chariot, Moon, the Death. So they need advice from a motherly person who is very sharp, and that could also mean that, again, that someone who says, like, slices and says this is how it is, not like who is gonna tap on you, oh, it's gonna be good, it's gonna be better, tapping your head, which is also nice, but that might not help in this situation. So yeah, these people are heading to war with each other, and they're gonna miss the bus what they wanted to catch maybe together if they don't pull their shit together. That's what it is, and they would need an advice for this. Okay. So yeah, simple question, €5. Clarification. Follow up to that question. Does Tony love me? Answer would be the star. I think there is could be possible, but I think at this point would be that Tony is not really seeing where you are. And the follow-up for that would be what to do with this is to choose your battles wisely and not try to put yourself into a situation that you know that even if you sort of think you win, but you still feel like you lose. Like you ask advice, maybe you ask advice from Johnny's friend. As evil as that it might sound, but maybe you would do that. So that would have been a very simple question. If there is any, if you want to have a more complicated question, you can try the email reading within 2 days. And if it's like a bit more complicated, then just a simple yes or no. There's other options. You can go to LUNAQ Tarot on Facebook, and there you see some prices and what is offered. For example, live reading starting from 15 minutes, €20, and payments to PayPal me. So yeah, here hopefully the idea is like it says there, that questions answered, guidance given. And next we would have like how it's going to be for the person A, how it will going to be the summer. We could consider the summer is the next 3 months. So we consider what would be the next 3 months like. So we do something simple with this. Let's start with this. Well, fun enough, it's the Wands, fire is the Queen of Wands, Knight of Wands, and then Six of Cups. So basically, next 3 months would be like first one, you feel like you're a witch on a throne, whatever that might feel like, but because it's upside down, I would think like your witch powers are like not at their highest. So maybe the passion wouldn't be running during the summer so high. You might be more inclined to be on your own with your cat, who would be hanging from the ceiling like a bat. So basically, I think there would be like not so passionate thing going on for the next month, first month of this 3-month period. And let's see what else we could get there. But I think passion wouldn't be the thing. Let's take a couple more cards for the first month. I think it might be a bit of a peculiar month, really. Like, it seems like the things are behind the veil, that somehow there is something standing between you and the thing what you would like the month to be, and maybe that would be the passion, for example. And it's more like really dreamy, having the high priestess and the Luna moon there. So I think it's kind of being stuck. Yeah, like it's here. You would like to see what will come, but somehow it's a bit stuck. Nothing is really moving, and you are not getting where you're. That's maybe not so. Maybe not something that would be a little bit different than you expect. It seems like things are not really moving forward, and you are maybe a little bit moody, and the moon is couldn't be like you are in this subconscious mind and like there. So, and the moon knows our secrets. So maybe you're learning secrets of similar art that we are doing here right now at best, but somehow it's a bit stuck. Things are not going. It's like there's a long, seems like everything takes a lot of time and it's a long way. So the next month, there would be, I would say, like there would be someone who is making somebody appears who appear in your life who is appearing to make some kind of dramatic gestures, but they're more like gestures. And well, there's the lovers and the death. So the second month would bring a change to all this that's been going on in the first and second. It's gonna be still difficult to choose. But I think it would be that you can choose the first month goes that this is how it's gonna be, and you cannot really. It seems like you're just gonna have to go that way and be in your subconscious mind and alone with your cat who is hanging from the ceiling like that, basically. But in this would be that you can choose after like the second month you can choose to end the cycle there what was, and that brings about something from your past related to maybe like a past ex or past some person from your past, and the change happens here, and then it's going to be movement forward from that. So you can fly to the moon if you want. But yeah. Hmm. Well, definitely, you're not going to be stuck anymore. So probably after a month being in the deep waters, you're going to decide that it's time to change this. That this is not where you want to go, and something not extremely traumatic from your past re-emerges, I think, and basically that's gonna help you to move forward, and you might experience some kind of creative block. So I would still say that it's gonna feel nice on the second month because you decide like, okay, you realize, okay, I don't need to be here. I want to be in another place, and then you're gonna move, and you understand something maybe even some mistake that you made in the past, but and it could be a little bit difficult, like a writer's block or something like this. Things don't feel, the thoughts won't flow so well that you have more like enthusiasm to go that you somehow can, but it's gonna move anyway. And let's take an advice for this till that would be the Two of Pentacles. So Um, I think it's also like related somehow to like health, that you shouldn't put up something too much. Okay. And yeah, feel free to uh, stop my rambling with this. If you're there, you have a question, hit it. €5, PayPal, one card, yes or no? Although I don't really like too much of the yes or no's with the tarot cards in general, but then I can give some clarification, and maybe yes or no will still be like not so clear yes or no, which is for me what the cards do, and it's like not. Sometimes it seems like it's very clear. It is going to be like this or that, this way, that way, but many times it's like kind of lingers somewhere in between in this thing. So it's 3 a.m. here where I am. I don't know what is in, if you're in Americas, depending on the place, it can be, I'm 7 hours like before than that. Oh no, I mean like if it's there is 12 at 7 in the morning would be here. So I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. Yeah, email readings also. Put your question within 2 days. Live readings, €20, 15 minutes. We can agree then. Is it can be basically here asking the question, or I can make like a private thing as well, and all that. But there's some kind of ideas how I read with the cards, and yeah, right, and all that. So so. Uh, I think it's time to call it for the night. This was the very first LUNAQ tarot presentation. No, it was not a presentation. But I think I'm gonna be back tomorrow, and well, basically, technically, maybe today. Anyway, so if you see some of it, however, subscribe, send emails, ask questions. You will be answered. So basically, something, if there was a hand of fate, what was the universe? Now this is something, a card for what you can do yourself, which is not just like where the wheel of fortune is moving. It's this. Change your perspective. Look at things differently, and you will gain knowledge. There would be such tales to tell about the hangman, I guess. But yeah, first foremost, look at things differently, and just you have to sacrifice something to gain something. So basically, this is what you can do, and that's actually pretty good stuff in that sense, because this is exactly what you can do. I think it's time for me to call it tonight, and this was just the tip of the iceberg. Such like a You know, just a small thing to do. I think it's gonna be not so much later more, but I leave you with the hangman. Change your perspective. This is literally if the universe is doing something and there's a hand of fate that is doing another thing, basically, this is what you can do. And when you change your perspective, you change the reality. So, hope to see you here in LUNAQ Tarot. I bid you observation without intervention. Yeah. Well, that actually, yeah, that sounds pretty good. Observation without intervention. Fair enough. Farewell. I see you in the future.